Hello and welcome to our weekly market wrap. I'm Invest2 Financial Freedom, and today we're diving into what moved the markets October 13th to 17, 2025. We'll look at the major index action, the big themes driving stocks, the standout individual names, and what it might mean going forward. Let's get started. This week, the major U.S. indexes ended on a positive note. On Friday, the S&P 500 closed at 6,664.01, the Dow Jones at 46,190.61, and the Nasdaq at 22,679.97. Over the week, the Nasdaq led with about plus 2.1%, the Russell 2000 rose 2.4%, and other indices also showed gains. So what changed? A big factor. Tensions between the U.S. and China eased somewhat. On Monday, equities jumped after commentary from the White House suggesting that threatened 100% tariffs may be less imminent. Another driver, strength in the AI semiconductor space bolstered tech stocks, helping lift the broader market. But not everything is rosy. There are still warnings of potential pullbacks. For example, analysts at Morgan Stanley caution that if U.S.-China trade tensions don't reduce, the S&P 500 could face an 11% decline from current levels. In short, relief rally plus thematic strength. AI, semis. Positive week, but underlying risks remain. One of the dominant stories, the U.S.-China trade dynamic. On the weekend ahead of this week, the market feared a fresh escalation after threatened tariffs on rare earth exports. But then the tone softened. On Monday, futures surged with the S&P up to 1.1% and the Nasdaq up to 1.7%. Why it matters? Trade tensions affect supply chains, chip production, tariffs on technology, all of which feed into sentiment for large-cap tech and manufacturing. Another major theme, renewed AI optimism. On Thursday, markets rallied because of strong results from TSMC and raised guidance, which lifted semiconductor stocks broadly: NVIDIA, Micron Technology, Broadcom. The idea, as companies deploy more AI infrastructure, chip demand remains strong, which in turn bolsters the sectors tied to this mega theme. While tech-led, financials lagged this week. For instance, on Thursday, the tech sector was up 0.5% on the S&P, but financials were down 0.9%. Why is that important? Because one of the market's underlying anxieties is regional banks and credit risk. If banking troubles widen, risk assets suffer. Let's highlight a few stocks that were especially hot this week and why they matter. 1. NVIDIA. Though we won't go into full company detail, NVIDIA continues to dominate the AI chip narrative. According to recent articles, it remains one of the best AI stocks to buy now. Implication: if AI infrastructure spending remains high, NVIDIA stands to benefit. But its valuation is lofty and may be vulnerable if the theme cools. 2. Broadcom. This week, Broadcom drew attention due to its custom AI accelerator business with OpenAI and strong growth prospects. Implication: Broadcom may be taking the lead in custom AI hardware, which could give it a structural growth edge. Worth watching. 3. UiPath. While smaller in the spotlight, UiPath was cited among growth stocks to invest in now thanks to accelerating growth potential. Implication: it's a reminder that the AI wave is not just about chips. Software automation names also matter. Caution note: while these stocks are attractive, remember the market risk backdrop. Trade issues, valuation concerns, and potential policy shifts remain. So what does this all mean for investors going into next week and beyond? Watch 1. China-US trade developments. If tensions reignite, risk assets could quickly reverse gains. Watch 2. Semiconductor and AI spend cycle. Keep an eye on guidance from chip firms and broader capex signals. Watch 3. Regional bank health. If credit stress reemerges, growth and tech stocks may suffer. Watch 4. Valuation and sentiment. With some indexes near highs, Even small disappointments could trigger corrections, as highlighted by Morgan Stanley's warning of an 11% S&P pullback. Watch 5. Fed and interest rate policy. Any shift in rate expectations will influence growth versus value trade. Bottom line, the market appears relieved this week, and themes like AI semis are carrying momentum, but the backdrop remains uneven. So whether you're a buy and hold investor or more active, stay tuned, hedge where needed, and don't let the optimism blind you to risk. Thanks for watching. If you found this recap useful, please hit like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell for next week's update. Let me know in the comments, which stock or sector are you watching? Trade safe, stay informed, and I'll see you next week for the October 20 to 24 week wrap.